So good thing is your question is really on solution and suspension. And I think the video did talk about that. So let's take a look at the things that you're going to learn. So you are going to differentiate solute, solvent, and solution. Okay, and you need to know factors that can affect solubility, factors that can affect the rate of dissolving of substances. Okay, so it's applicable at home, it's applicable in the industry. Like our normal day life, okay, you might not realize, okay, but actually we are making use of science every single day. Right? Sometimes it's like a very common sense thing, but actually it's science related. Okay, what do I mean by this? For example, we talk about rate of dissolving, right? Do you make drinks, hot drinks? How many of you will make coffee in the morning? Or how many of you will make tea or make Milo? You do or not? You don't. Charmaine, do you like try to make something to drink in the morning? You don't. You just drink plain water. Right. Hey Yin, do you drink coffee?
Once in a while.
Once in a while. I have to drink my coffee every morning. So you always see me holding a cup drinking, right? That's my coffee, you know, to wake me up. Okay. And then if I don't drink coffee every morning, the first drink I have is definitely water first lah. So I wake up, I drink at least 1 full glass of water, sometimes 2. Then I need to start drinking my coffee. It's a habit that I have since I was a student. I started drinking coffee in secondary school, in fact. Yeah, because that's the time I really need to be awake. Then sometimes I study through the night. Okay, Hein, do you do that? Do you study through the night?
Sometimes, but coffee doesn't help me stay awake.
Oh, is it? Then what can help you stay awake?
Nothing.
You are very interesting. Okay, coffee for me, certain brands of coffee keeps me awake. Certain brands of coffee make me feel very sick. Okay, so as you grow and move along in life, you will also start to notice these things lah. Certain coffee not so good for you, certain drink not so good for you. So you explore accordingly, okay, and find the right drink for you. So you might say that coffee doesn't keep you awake. Maybe it's the brand. You try to get different brands and drink and see how long. Or you can try tea. Some people drink tea, they cannot sleep. Now, so in our case here, I talk about the rate of dissolving. Okay, rate of dissolving, right? Example, okay, when I was younger, I will put sugar in my hot coffee. Okay, not the 3-in-1 that I use. It's I'll use the Nescafe powder, right? Then I'll put some creamer and then I'll put sugar. So if I try, sometimes I want to drink iced coffee. Before I learn this thing, before I learn this concept, I try to put cold water. Okay. Amazingly, the coffee powder can dissolve in the cold water easily. But when I try to add sugar in the cold water, what do I notice? Do you think it's easy for me to dissolve the sugar? No. I should start with hot water, right? So if I realize that if I want to make my coffee, my iced coffee, I should start with hot water first. So I put a little bit of hot water, put the amount of sugar I want. Okay. Then after it dissolves, right? What do? Then I put ice inside. So that's the steps that I take. These are actually signs. But in our daily life, daily habits, we explore. Correct? We explore, or your mom will teach you, use hot water, don't use cold water, something like that. So you explore and you find the right methods. But these are all science concepts. It's happening every single day. It's just that you don't relate to science all the time. Okay, so that's the problem lah. So dissolving, okay, something that's happening daily, even cooking as well. Okay, you are not going to put the whole piece of the chicken into, the whole chicken into the frying pan, try to fry it, right? You have to cut into small pieces, isn't it? Cut into small pieces. Why? Because increase surface area, something like that. Are you relating this all to science? Not yet, but you will soon. Okay, and then you need to deduce nature of solution suspension by simple lab test. Okay, in this case, it's like shining the light through, right? Then investigate factors that's going to affect solubility, you know, and then the rate of dissolving. Right, so to start off, this is a blue crystal, light blue crystal, very pretty. You're going to see this in the science lab very soon. And then this is water. Okay, when I add in the blue crystal, okay, into the water and I stir it, I get a light blue solution, very pretty. All right, and then you need to know this blue crystals that dissolve is called the solute. And then the substance that dissolves the solute will be the solvent. In this case, it's water. Okay, water is the solvent that helps to dissolve copper sulfate crystal, which is the solute. And then what do you get? You actually get a solution. We call these, in this case, is copper sulfate solution. Okay, let me ask you, Dina. Dina, if let's say my solute is actually sugar, and then the solvent is water, what do I get over here?
Dissolved sugar.
Dissolved sugar. Not exactly. We call it a form of solution, right? What kind of solution is this? Earlier, I talked about this blue one. Okay, this blue one, because I started off with this solute called copper sulfate. And then this solution, I call it copper sulfate solution. So what do you think is this solution known as? Sugar plus water gives you what solution? Tina? Tina, don't panic. This one is called sugar solution. Can?
Okay.
Okay, Dina, if now I use another thing, look, I want you to try. If I have salt plus water, then what do I get? When I dissolve salt into water, Shamin, you want to try, Shamin?
Solution.
Salt solution. Okay, so you must know the terms to use, right? Are you all doing this topic in school already? Or not yet, huh? Okay, so I don't go too fast, right? I have to go slowly. Now, so whenever it dissolves fully, okay, whenever the solute dissolves fully, you don't see any part of the solution with any solid inside, we will say that it has completely dissolved and it will be known as solution. Something solution. Is that okay? Okay, so I'm going to erase this part up and then I'm going to move on for the slides. Now, a solution contains both solute and solvent. When you see this solution here, it's blue in color. It doesn't mean that there's only one thing only. It's actually made out of two things. One is the solute, one is the solvent. Okay, so need to identify which is which. And then look at this part here. Okay, this part here will be very useful. Dilute solution. What is the meaning of dilute? Have you all heard of dilute before? Hey,
Dilute is like when the liquid is a lot more than the substance.
yeah,
Dilute
like you got any example to tell me?
Diluted curry.
Curry,
Yes.
curry. Okay, yeah, curry can be, yeah, correct. Some curry is very thick, and some curry very thin, right? Yeah, so the gravy is like soup like that. Okay, how about Ribena? Do you all make Ribena at home? Yes. So share with me about Ribena, Aaron.
What?
Okay, in terms of Ribena, right? You tell me what kind of drink do you like when you're making Ribena drink? You like very sweet one or just a little bit of taste is enough?
Sweet one.
Sweet one, right? So you put a lot, right? So if let's say you come to my house one day, Aaron, then I make Ribena for you. So in one big cup, I only put 1 teaspoon of the Ribena. Would you like it?
Is the Ribena got from the from like the from the carton from like the box packet
If you yeah, the packet one is nicer. But if you make your own at home, you buy the concentrate, right? Okay, it comes in a big bottle, then you pour in. I like that kind. Why? Because I can adjust how thick or how thin I want it to be. Correct or not? Certain days I want sweeter drinks. Certain days I don't want so sweet. I like diluted. So I put a little bit. But I noticed that most youngsters, they like it sweeter. Okay, so if I just put 1 teaspoon, I put 1 teaspoon into 1 big cup like this, will you drink it? You wouldn't like it, right? Yeah, because it's too diluted. So that's the meaning, lor. Yeah, so nobody likes very diluted Ribena unless you just want some taste in the water. Yes, Heiyin.
But out of courtesy that you made it for me, I might drink it.
Ah, that is nice. Good. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, that's very nice of you. Now, so you have to understand, dilute means you add very little bit of solute. You put a lot of the solvent, like a little bit of Ribena and so much water. Okay. Then concentrated means what? Okay, Aaron comes out. I must make sure I put a lot of the Ribena into the cup of water. Okay, Aaron, I'll let you have the sweeter one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then there's one more type. Okay, there's one more type. This one I cannot talk about Ribena already. All right, this is called saturated solution. Have you all tried dissolving sugar in hot water? Have you all tried before? Now, you usually put like 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, 3 teaspoon, 4 teaspoon. Agree or not? It will still dissolve, right? Yeah. Have you all ever tried adding the sugar until it doesn't dissolve anymore? Never, right? Yeah, because it's too sweet, but it can happen. So when I keep adding sugar, let's say Aaron likes sweet drinks, right? Then I don't want to put so much Ribena. I add sugar for him. It will come to a point where no more sugar can dissolve. It has already the maximum amount of sugar. I can say that is a saturated solution. One way to understand this is, okay, some people will tell me, I can't study anymore, Miss Tay. My brain very saturated. No matter how I try to study, nothing goes into my head. Have you all had this kind of experience before? Yeah, when you study so many hours, like PSLE exam, when you keep studying, you will come to a point, you feel that no matter how much I read, I cannot get any more information into my head. That is the meaning of saturated. You have the maximum already. Can you understand this part? Okay, yeah, so this is good. You must know this because it will help you in the next part of the topic. When a substance dissolves in a solvent, it is soluble. Okay, water is usually known as the universal